Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Greetings and aloha. What's going on? It's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com, along with my very, very, very good friend, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
Robbie from Walking in My Shoes, Thailand.
Robbie! Psh, psh.
Okay, there we go. All right.
I didn't finish it. I didn't have enough time. Oh, my God. Guys, we are we are basically 1 week from full-on Robbie in Thailand, ladies and gentlemen. That is just enormous, man. I am psyched for you because I know exactly what that feels like. That is quite cool, my friend. Quite cool.
9 days, guys. 9 days. Matter of fact, our next show will be my last one in this house.
Okay, wait. So, that's right. And then the following day, you're on a freaking plane,
Following day. I'm on a freaking plane.
My God.
Following day at 7 in the morning.
That is okay, dude. We got to do that right here. Give me some skin, baby. Give me some skin.
All right, we got it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, right there. This is what we're just going to be doing all freaking morning. Man.
Beat the crap out.
I totally blew that, you guys. By the way. So
that's all right. And yes, Christy says real quick. We'll just throw this out there. She loves my shirt.
As she should. She probably bought it for you. Did she knit that for you, actually? That's kind of a give me my boss shirt for that.
Happy Halloween, people. Look at this.
Gobble, gobble.
I know. I'm surprised I still fit in this shirt.
Really? Why? Is it an extra small? Can I see? Oh, no, it's a half shirt, right? Because of the current style.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Half top.
Yeah.
It's a half
Men's
top.
petite.
Tight in the middle.
Here we go. Right here. Right for Christy. We got to give her the big.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah,
That's what skadoosh. Yeah. Skadoosh bag. Oh, big guys. High five. There you go, buddy. 45s. How you doing, my friend? Back to the stacks of wax. So we are also live on bkk.fm. We are live on the spot.fm, which is also Kiss FM Pattyaya. If you guys are listening down there at the beach, thank you so much. We are definitely live on the spot and on YouTube, youtube.thespot.fm, where gratefully, because you guys are so incredibly focused, we are now at 257 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're going to have an amazing show today because, again, as we get closer to Robbie's entrance into Thailand for a significant period of time, he's getting excited. He's over his fears, which I definitely want to talk about that today. And then, of course, it's Halloween. So we actually dug up some Halloween trivia for you guys. And so that's going to be kind of interesting. If for no other reason, then there's probably at least 10 of these questions that I had no idea on. I mean, I had no idea Halloween had 2 L's. I mean, that was
you know what?
Blew me away.
2 L's. Nice. And you know what, Mike? We could do this. The winner. We could have a winner.
You got prizes, buddy?
We got prizes. Check this out.
My
we got
God.
our new Wims Media sticker.
Yeah.
Right there. I will send
And as you guys can see, you'll be able to see them in the mirror. So that's good. Yeah.
Bam.
And that is very cool. Yeah, wimsmedia.com, you guys, for all of Robbie's shenanigans, not the least of which is his 2-week trip, actually. And what I will say about that, so when you come over here, the link to which is down below, and we'll probably put it into the chat there too, but that whole 2 weeks thing, does that start when you get over here? Or are you going to be over here for a few months or what?
So that will start, I believe it's November 28th.
November 28th, okay.
I'm not sure exactly. It's either the 26th or the 28th. It's after there's a group of guys that are coming from California. So cool. Brian, Nick are coming, and whoever else wants to come. And we'll be on YouTube, and we're going to have a good time for sure. And then you can follow us on that little itinerary thing I made for sure.
Great. So that's awesome.
Yeah, cool. It's a lot of fun, guys. And it's not only for guys, but like I said last week, but it is definitely designed. There's going to be mostly guys there, right? So
So, I mean, again, the itinerary is on your, and dude, look, let's face it. I mean, you're going to be going to like Soy Cowboy, which arguably is the friggin' Disneyland of red light districts. I mean, I was actually over there. Because I was on a soak. I was over there. I don't know, like 2-3 days ago. Whenever I messaged you and I was checking out that co-working space, so I'm walking by Cowboy. It's definitely busier. It's absolutely definitely busier. But it's not, the infamous pre-COVID levels, right? I mean, it's not like it was when you were here in 2019, for example.
No.
But the point is that there's plenty of like female travelers that are over there taking pictures going, oh, wow, this is really cool. And then they're like, oh my God, the most beautiful women on this street are friggin' men. Or at least 2 hours ago they were before the makeup. And Christy, do you have a crop top on you? I actually would probably like to see that. If you could show me a little bit of belly, that'd be nice. As long as you have a lot of fuzz there. See, I'm not part of Robbie's company. I am not HR appropriate ever. Yeah. No, I can just say.
So the rules when we have our company there in Thailand are going to be a little different HR wise, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, here's the beauty. We get to hire based on looks and level of weight and age, sexual orientation, obviously, for the ladyboy position. Well, I wonder what the ladyboy position is. Is that 96? Or 69. And it's going to be great. I mean, they're going to have to submit their picture with their resume. I mean, there is so much leeway over here. It's going to be friggin' great.
Full body picture. We talked about that before.
Dude, full frontal is what I'm going to probably label it as. Because I don't know what the translation in Thai would that be. It's probably the Thai equivalent of the word inappropriate, but just saying. Right. I'm going to have a drink of my own.
It's 9 days. Yeah, he's going to have a drink. And guys, 9 days I am out there. He mentioned earlier about the stress level going down, and it has been where last week, I was really struggling with, do I delay the trip to where this week I'm like, I can't wait till I get there right now. And excited. I don't know if I'm going to get my first class plane ticket because I did apply for the upgrade, and they haven't upgraded me yet. But that's all right.
Is it one of those deals where you bid? You're like, I'm willing to spend 40,000 points to get upgraded? Or
no, it's where you have to pay for it in advance. And if there's room, they put you on there at the lower rate rather than if someone books it last minute.
Did they get your money back if you don't make it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They give you your money and your points back. Yeah. And that's the way I did it. I get free upgrades anyways towards the next level. So if I'm in regular economy class, I'm now premium economy.
Who you flying this time?
I'll fly United still. I know you hate United, Mikes, but
I do. They're incompetent.
I get my points. I haven't had too many issues yet. So anyways, guys, 9 days I'll be flying on an airplane over there. After this week, well, actually during this next week, I will be doing YouTube shorts on my channel, Walking in My Shoes Thailand. So be sure to tune in to my last week before I get to Thailand. So I'm going to do them, I think, daily, just to show people what's going on.
Good for you, man. I mean, that's the cool thing, right? All the cool kids do shorts now. Yeah.
Shorts.
I'm even wearing shorts right now.
Same here.
They're booty shorts. So,
really tight around the crotch. Yep.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you though. I mean, so a week goes by and I get it. As I was getting there, I was, more and more excited every friggin' hour that went by. But what changed? Can you identify any one thing that changed over the last week that you were like, oh, okay, I can do this?
As a business owner, my business changes often, and just seeing projects go to completion.
Okay.
So, and just having a good team, to me, I can't do this alone. No. At the rate I want to. I require a pretty significant team. And having that team in place is really what's made it happen. And now I do have to come back. So I will be coming back and then finishing off selling things, getting rid of things, and then coming back to Thailand. But
that was the plan anyway.
That is the plan. So I won't have a regular USA residence yet. I don't even know where I'm going to be living at in USA. Should I come as homeless? I could be a homeless guy.
I wouldn't recommend that simply from a personal hygiene perspective. But with that shirt, down by the river. That's right. Actually, you could live in your van. mean, dude, I got to tell you, dude, there are umpteen YouTube channels that are infinitely more popular than ours of people living in friggin' vans. Yeah. Traditionally, it's because the girl is 26 and fit. But, you know, with that shirt, you'd probably stop eating quite regularly. Yeah. So that could be.
Well,
that could be
the buttons are starting to pop on this shirt, so I'm a little nervous.
Wow. That, you know, all good conversations start that way.
The buttons are coming off.
Yeah, that, and oh my God, you won't believe who I just met on Soy Honey. Really good stories start with that. Basically, that's sort of the lead in. So happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Robbie's shirt, everybody. I will tell you that in case you care, the rains have basically stopped to excess over here in Thailand. But thank goodness they're absolutely available for you if you're in the Philippines. Our house in Hamandan, which is on the island of, basically it's in Capiz, on the island of Pinoy. We had 11 feet of water in our house, which basically means that even the second floor was uninhabitable rather. And so that was sort of frustrating. Gracie got evacuated and then came back yesterday afternoon, started cleaning, and then about 3 a.m. started raining again, and we are at now 7 or 8 feet of water. So,
and that's in the Philippines, guys, not Thailand.
In case you're wondering, oh my God, why does Mike hate the Philippines so much? It's not because of my wife. Believe me, I love Filipinos. I just do not like the Philippines government and the leadership over there. But with that said, I really like it here in Thailand. And I want to thank several of the guys, I won't say your names because you didn't tell me to, who reached out to me over the last week. That first of all gave us really good feedback on the channel, and so Robbie and I were talking about that earlier. We believe, certainly, I humbly think that we're adding value, hopefully a little bit of entertainment. I'm certainly moving my fingers around a whole lot, and again, all good stories start with that statement as well. And so, we definitely want to hear from you. We really appreciate you guys in the chat and some of the questions that you asked. Recently, here's one that I got.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah,
recently, one of the ones that I got was about insurance. And we talked about the fact that you no longer need the $100,000 US to come over here in coverage. But one of the things that I got, and very similar scenario to yours, which is, hey, Mike, I'm going to move over to Thailand. I've been there a couple times. It's going to be my retirement place, but I'm still going to keep my house, or I'm still going to keep my car or my van or whatever back here in the U.S. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to stay here for like 2 or 3 months, visit relatives. And yeah, one of the guys reached out. I do have an insurance policy that allows that. It's from Pacific Cross. Most of you expats, if you've done any expat watching of YouTube channels for guys that have been over here for a while, Pacific Cross is a very common provider. AIA is also another one. But for me, Pacific Cross has been great. I'm now on my 4th renewal, and they've been a stellar policy for me. Now, Robbie, you got some decent feedback too from some folks, right? Let's talk a little bit about that.
So on the insurance part, so I use Safety Wings, which you can go to that link there in the chat and just scroll down about halfway through the page, and you can kind of get a quick bid or estimate how much it would cost. Really, the cool thing about Safety Wings is if you're only going there for 3 weeks, a month, a couple months, you can turn it off for the month you're there and then turn it right back on, turn it on and off. And it's really kind of cool. It is convenient. It's a little bit more than other insurances, but it's still very competitive. So, yeah, that's kind of what that is. Yeah, it was kind of cool. And I got a question recently about, am I excited? Guys, I am pumped up. Okay.
Yeah,
and I came through Facebook, and I am definitely pumped up to get home, get over there. And I know Kitty, I think she's watching right now. She's ready for me to come back. A couple of my friends say, let's go touring. So Roger, if he's online. I know Kitty, I think. Oops. Yeah, Roger, if you're online, definitely I'll be there. And we're supposed to go out and do stuff. And yeah, I got a lot of things I'm going to be doing when I'm there. So that's I arrived probably on the 8th, I think, right? That's
yeah,
so land.
Right. Would you say 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning or something like that? I think you said?
Yeah, usually 1 a.m. And I'll stay over there in Bangkok for about a week or 2. And if you guys are in Bangkok, I mean, I know Mike's, we've talked about it. We would love to meet up with you guys.
Absolutely, guys. Please reach out.
We are going to do a meetup. a group meetup.
Oh, thank you. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Right.
So I have you in my
10th.
calendar as getting here basically at 1 a.m. Yeah, Tuesday the 8th, Bangkok time. 2 days after Reef arrives, and actually 2 days before Patrick arrives. So that's cool. We should have a pretty cool kids table. What do you think about the meetup? Where do you think should we do it at night, morning?
Well, you said Patrick. I don't think he comes until December 10th.
So here, that could be the case. I have, Patrick. Is it December 10th? I put it in my calendar as November because I was all excited. You're right. Yep. Both of these are actually December. Let me change that so I actually have the right dates. Thank you for that. So, I mean, there's other guys that have done meetups, right? And they all seem to be pretty successful when they do them in the evening here in Bangkok. I'm wondering.
So would you say a Club Obsession meetup? Is that?
Yeah, we basically it's going to have to be at Nana Plaza, and so it's probably going to have to be after 8:00. And I think our buddy will be there because she gets off work at 7. I don't know how I know that, but she.
Hey,
but
guys, she does. Yeah.
No, go ahead. She has gigantic gloves that she travels with. But here's the interesting thing. So, Robbie, we took that picture, Robbie and I, as we were on our way. We needed basically a thumbnail, right? So we took that picture, and she was a total blast. But the funny part is that I think I even asked her because she's like, "Oh no, I get off work at 7." I'm like, "Great, come on over to where we were at the time for the Ladyboy live stream." She's like, "No, I don't want to be on camera." And I'm like, "Awesome, then we're just going to take a selfie." Bang, you're on camera.
Or I did want to say right?
I think it was either like 100 or 200 baht. I mean, it was just like basically free. I wanted to say to Big Eyes 45s, yes, you absolutely can. Feel free to post your friends' URLs on here. If you're not a moderator, if you met my channel, then absolutely, I think you're a moderator. If not, I will check right now to make sure you are, because I do want to have you have the ability to post that. But yes, guys, feel free, post your buddies' channels and that sort of thing. And if you can, if the URL doesn't sort of display so that people can absolutely click on it, do let us know, because we want to promote the success of others as well. Man. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's such a really cool thing for us to be able to do. So let me Let me go over here.
So we got this also, Mike's. What is this? Does Mojo, baby, cruise ships? Maybe did I miss something? A little conversation about cruise ships here.
I don't know.
I don't.
Big Guys 45s. I just added you as a moderator on Live My Ass Off. So yeah, if you want to post a URL, please good. Does Mojo do cruise ships? I don't know. Do you? That's a really good question. I want to know, Soy Mafia, is that really you, or is that your girlfriend holding the teddy bear that you give her so that she can basically feel your fuzz next to her? Yes, I had GeoBlue up until I moved here permanently. GeoBlue is an awesome solution if you have two things. One, insurance in the U.S. already, and I speak from the U.S. I have no clue what the U.K. or other, but both Robbie and I are from the U.S. So if you're in the U.S., you already have insurance. GeoBlue is ridiculously cheap. It's like $300 a year, or probably 100 to 200. It's cheap. GeoBlue covers you, no deductible, and I believe it covers you for, a ridiculous amount, like $250,000 US, anywhere in the world, up to, I believe, 60 days in each country. And I think, that's sort of standard for most travel insurance. Does not cover your insurance in the U.S., but it was a great travel insurance policy. And here, the sad reality is I can say that from experience, because sadly, I've been in the ER twice and used them in the Philippines as well as Thailand, and their customer service was absolutely.
Is Go Blue also good for a holiday? So let's say I'm only going there for a couple weeks.
It's actually perfect for that. And you can get I had an annual policy, but you don't need an annual policy. You're saying I'm too hot, Chris? Really? And Robbie is too low? Robbie's volume, he cranked up his volume. Although you got to turn off AGC, Robbie, if you want to.
What's AGC?
Turn off auto gain control. So basically go to the wheel, the settings wheel, and then go to audio.
Got it. Yep.
and then show advanced options, and then and turn off auto gain control if you want to be hotter. I shouldn't be hot. I should be absolutely compressed down, and I have a limiter at -1. So I don't know why I'd be overblown. But that you're smoking, dude. Especially with that fuzz. Especially with that shirt. Is that velour?
This shirt.
That would be amazing.
This shirt, I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's petite.
Is it? Yeah, it's a small petite. SP.
It's a little bit small on me. So I don't know if the mic was any better, guys. But I am on this wireless headset. And once we get in the studio, then we'll both be hot.
Yeah, we'll be smoking hot. I wanted to. I thought I had a great deal on a studio, you guys, and unfortunately they were like, "Oh yeah, it's 500 baht a day," and I'm like, "Outstanding, let's go for it." And then of course I say, "Look, I want to reserve it. Robbie's coming. We're going to start using," and they're like, "Oh no, actually it's 300 baht an hour." I said, "How did you go from that to?" I said, "Okay, well, thanks for the bait and switch, but I'm basically taking my bait and going fishing somewhere else, you jerk."
And you know what's interesting, Mike's? We've been doing this now, you guys, for, I want to say 10 weeks, right? Right about 10 weeks or so.
I think this is like our 12th episode or something like that, but you're right. Yeah, it's been great.
To that. It's been a while. And one of the questions we still get asked, and this is something we definitely want to keep talking about, is how much does it cost? So how much does it cost to be a holiday traveler? How much does it cost to be an expat? I don't know. We can talk about both, but I know I've had people at home wondering, well, how much does it cost to spend holiday there? And they're looking at my itinerary, the one I drew up. Right. So just real quick, guys, that 2 weeks goes like this. We arrive in Bangkok, hang out in Nana Plaza. We see, what do you call it? The Grand Palace. Go into a bunch of other different stuff. The Chinese market, which was awesome. Doesn't cost anything until you start buying stuff, right? Street food is incredibly cheap.
Yeah, it's super cheap.
And I found, to do a trip like that, and of course you can do scuba diving. So I'm a diver. I love to go scuba diving. And I'm not like a diver. I shouldn't say that. I am a recreational. Let's jump in the water. I can barely swim. I am
but you
certified.
Wear a tank, right? Yeah.
I do wear the tank, and I forget what they call the gear. And then the thing where you fill it up, and that helps me swim. It's kind of the cheating way, but whatever.
Okay, yeah.
It's the air thing. It's kind of cool. But anyways, with all that
respirator,
done,
is that what you mean?
Yeah, the vest thing. With all that said and done, we're talking 2 weeks. You definitely can, do pretty much that. $3,000 or less, I think.
Yeah. For the 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks, yeah. 16 days is how I have it set up for.
So I mentioned last time about how much it cost me to basically live here.
Yeah.
And Gracie and I, Gracie's in the Philippines right now, sadly, under like 8 feet of water. And I'm here living. And last week, I was at about the $1,000 mark. And then, so here's the thing, too. And this is why I always say it's the cost of life. It's not the cost of living.
Yeah.
I forgot that October every year I renew my health insurance policy. And so I went from basically spending $1,000 this month to spending $2,800 because I needed to do my annual insurance policy. And a lot of you guys will basically say, "Oh yeah, but that's only about $150 a month or $120, however it
all
sort
in
of
1 month."
Exactly. And I got to have the money right now. And so, that's the thing, is that I would caution you, if you zone in on a YouTube person or someone who over here claims to be an expat living very frugally, have $3,000 per month at the ready, because stuff is going to happen, guys. And I had a guy reach out to me about my insurance just last night. And thank you very much for watching, by the way. And the praise that you gave us on our channel is very much appreciated. And he was like, well, once I finally get the balls to get, to come back over here. And I was like, okay, I don't really I get what you mean by that, tongue in cheek, right? But it's like you're going through it right now. And, it's not like you have any more balls than it's just that you planned, you use your brains, quite frankly, before you use your balls. Use your balls once you get to Thailand. But the whole, like, I have to, actually, we should give a skadoosh on that one. Let's go.
I think
3, 2, skadoosh. Bam. And how you doing?
I was waiting for the sound effects, by the way.
Were you waiting for the sound? Okay, I'm sorry. I just didn't send it to you. That's all. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam. Skadoosh. I think it just takes some planning, and again, never commit financial suicide to come over here. Ever, really, in anything I would recommend. But yeah, so I mean, I think. Oh, so someone says to me the other day too. They said, "Oh yeah, well the price of round trip, the price of plane tickets has gone up." Has that been your experience? Is it going to cost you more expensive to come over there now than it did in, like, say, November of 2019?
Yeah, it has gone up by about $200.
Okay.
So not so bad. I mean, it's $200.
Okay.
So. And I am getting feedback still.
Are
on
you?
the mic.
Well, that's bizarre. Stand by. Let me see if I can fix something here.
It's okay, Good morning. Who is this?
How about that? How about now?
All right. Nope. Perfect. Good job.
Okay.
There we go.
It's very bizarre.
Good morning. So yeah, the prices haven't gone up tremendously. I mean, it looks scary because usually when I've typed it, like in 2019, it was for $790. When you type it in now, it shows $2,200. I'm like, what? But if you do the search properly, it's about $200 to $300 more. So, yeah.
Okay. So that's not bad, right?
No, and I'm going out of San Luis Obispo. So out of San Luis Obispo, which is a small airport, you're going to pay a little more because it's a small airport going into LAX or San Francisco. So if I was to fly, example, if I fly direct from San Francisco to Bangkok, it's not direct, it's going to have layovers, right? Mm-hmm. You're looking about $1,000 even. Once I add in my San Luis Obispo trip, it's a few $100 more, which to me, it's worth it. I don't want to drive the 3.5, 4 hour drive.
I was going to say, is that what it? Well, I mean, that's what's interesting. So San Diego, I totally drove, and depending upon traffic, it can absolutely be 4 hours. Usually, it's about 2.5, 3. But for me, it was like to get on a plane in San Diego to fly to LA. I mean, again, what do you say, about an hour? Is it an hour and a half flight?
It's interesting. My last time going, I had to fly from San Luis Obispo to San Diego, then going to to Narita at that point.
Hold on, wait. So you flew to San Diego and then to San Luis Obispo, or you flew into?
No, I flew from San Luis Obispo to San Diego to Narita. Okay. At that point.
Oh, yeah. Japan. Yeah, good for you. Japan Airlines. They're amazing.
Or a lot of times I will go, I'll go to San Francisco or Seattle, and then it does shorten the flight by 40 minutes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, that's cool. Nice.
Patrick, well, I'm glad still echoing? He just
Are you?
I'm echoing. I don't know. Patrick, let us know.
Is he really? Okay, hold on, guys. Thank you for letting me know this, but this is very bizarre.
It might be old.
Could be. Let's see here.
Might still be echoing.
Let me see if I can.
Joe sends us this message about
I love Joe. Love everything about Joe.
I don't know anything about that. Ever.healthcare. Have you ever seen that before, Mike's? So the echo is gone, by the way.
Is it? Okay, good. It should be. Thank you very much. I apologize. I don't know it's very, very weird. But again, thank you for letting me know.
Let us know.
No, it's gone. I'm glad. To the cost thing. Yeah, absolutely. Are you budgeting the same for coming over here? Because like I said before, when I was over here, my first week cost me a lot of money because I had to do stuff. Do you have a lot of stuff you need?
That's a great question. So when I get there, this next trip, I'm going to be working in Bangkok for a few weeks. So I'm pretty much pretending like I'm still here in a sense. I mean, I'm there. I'm going to be shooting video. I'm going to be working, all sorts of cool stuff with the spot, and kind of putting together that program. And then come November 26th, I believe, then my vacation, my budget starts. So,
okay.
And just so you guys, I have a condo there in Jomtien. I have some stuff already set up, so my budget is different. But when I go on vacation, which is the budget I was talking about, how much does it cost? That starts November 28th, which I'll be staying at hotels. We're going to Phuket and a couple other places. Even a thought of going to Japan. So
yeah,
they've opened up.
I was going to say you can get in now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, enjoy the market in Ubud. Sorry, what?
No, and that's the holiday expense. So how much does it cost for me to holiday? It's not as expensive as going to, oh my gosh, Disneyland is crazy here in America.
Yeah, I know. Hotel.
Kitty, I'm so sorry.
Wants to go to, No, if you need to convince her, like if there's anywhere you're going to Disney World. Because it's like, oh yeah, honey, let's go to Anaheim.
Well, that's a whole nother video series, how to get a Thai girl over here. However, Disneyland, man, it's going to be 3 times as expensive as me just going to Thailand. I mean, bringing a Thai girl here, touring Disneyland, compared to me going there and touring in that area. So
going to Hong Kong Disney.
Is it in Hong Kong or Tokyo? Isn't there in Tokyo?
There is one in Hong Kong. I don't know if there's one in Tokyo. And for all I know, the one in Hong Kong is closed. So I don't know.
It might be closed. It might be at war before much longer. I don't know.
Oh, man, such a disappointment. I loved Hong Kong. It was so safe. And then, like, bam, 2019 showed up and everyone's freaking out. So I do like Men at Work. I'm a huge fan of them, actually. We played them. We're playing them probably right now in the 80s at 8, either on the spot.fm or bkk.fm. It's definitely one of the artists we play at 8 o'clock.
That's the guy with the flute, man.
Skin flute. Wait, what? The next thing, I think, you know what, actually? Oh, and you've even got a mug. Your mug is branded with Wims Media?
No, it's branded with one of my clients. So this is one of my clients.
That's and you're supporting.
It's Dog's Life Coffee, and it's every human deserves a perfect cup of coffee. There you go.
Well, there you go. So here's one for you. Here's a question for you guys. I'm gonna throw some some Halloween trivia.
Yeah, what do you say we do that? Right? Let's do it. Keeping score. So first one to reply, right?
Absolutely. Okay. So here's the first one. Right. You pay attention to the chat, and then I'm going to I'll give the questions here. So the pumpkin, right? The Halloween pumpkin is a fruit or a vegetable? Halloween. I mean, this is the thing you see in front of everybody's house. Not everybody's. Many people's houses in the U.S., right? They make a jack-o'-lantern out of a pumpkin. And is it a fruit or is it a vegetable? And I was actually it was fairly funny. I was going on the internet and there was a bunch of guys that were like sending me, look at that, Chris. Double clicks on it. And ding, 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 ding.
Boom. It's a fruit. He's number one. And you know what? I love pumpkin pie, guys.
Do you?
Love pumpkin pie. I do. I love it. Maybe not in Thailand. I don't know. Do they have pumpkins in Thailand?
So, yes, they have things that they call pumpkins. The majority of them are traditionally credited to Japan that you will have in fruit. Like if people are going to, it's more of like a squash kind of thing. But yeah, they're pretty damn good. I dig them big time. All right, here's the next question for you. What do you call a group of witches? When all the witches get together. Yeah. And it's not bitches. Just so we're clear.
Oh, I know what you call it. You call it tender. The tender meetup.
Up top, guy. How we doing over here? Hold on. No. Right? Hold on. We got to do it right. In 3, 2, skadoosh. Bam.
Nice.
You want to do it again?
Nice.
Want to do it again? You want to smack Christy's ass?
We got an answer. What? There we go.
Oh,
we got an answer. Is this right?
Dude.
Yes.
You are stuck in Florida. Great to see you, buddy. So so just so you know, Stuck, here's what's pretty cool. MetTech says hi. I met MetTech the other day over here, and he mentioned that we were talking about people. Yeah, you and Robbie have this show, whatever. He goes, dude, do you ever hear from Stuck in Florida? So thank you very much, and congratulations, Coven. Very good. And I can see you came in as well.
So
good
we
job,
got one.
Chris.
We got one for Chris there, Nomad Global Productions, and then one for who else do we got there?
Okay. So I'm gonna stick with the witches because oh my God, I love them bitches.
Okay.
So the witches, right? Bubble, toil and trouble. What is that thing called where they're making their potions? When the witches are making their potions, And they're basically, they probably use the end of their broomsticks that they sit on regularly. Yeah, exactly. The awesome sauce. So yeah, absolutely. He totally says hi. We were hanging out he was over his brother's condo here in Bangkok.
So what's that called, Mike? What are we calling it?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Chris is either a very quick Googler, but and I'm not gonna take away points for spelling. But yeah, absolutely, it is a cauldron.
I'm gonna ask a question. I gotta ask a hard one. I think that was a little too easy.
You think that was? I wouldn't have said cauldron. I would have said like bucket of stuff or something.
Here we go. Out of which vegetables?
Okay.
So vegetables.
Yep.
Were jack-o'-lanterns originally made of?
Oh, in other words, so I assume by that you mean it wasn't a pumpkin.
It was jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, right, but it wasn't a pumpkin, as you're saying, like, because out of vegetables.
That's correct.
We know pumpkin's a fruit, so it's not a pumpkin, but it used to be
original jack-o'-lantern. That's right. The original jack-o'-lanterns, which would hang with their lights and all that stuff. What kind of vegetable were they? I don't know if anybody's gonna get this.
Not gourds. It's not gourds.
No, not gourds, man. I'm glad somebody's on. I'm glad Lex is answering this. And
we need that
jack-o'-lanterns. I mean, is that like the early magazine covers are 17? You remember that magazine with the teenagers? And you're like, what the hell are they?
No, Robbie, I'm not that creepy, but
man, that is kind of creepy.
Yeah, a little bit creepy. Oh, so we got 2 for gourds, which basically means both of you guys got negative points on your SATs, guys. Man. I'm telling you. No, it wasn't gourds.
Man, could this be an SAT question?
Thank you so much for coming by, dude. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. Bob Sears, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming by. You guys, always good to see you guys. Yes, we close. Joe, close. Absolutely
there it
close.
Is. Patrick.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Patrick.
Right 3, 2, skadoosh.
There we go.
Look at that. Now, okay, I got to know, like, did you Google that? Because I don't know about you, Robbie. I did not know the answer to this until we were looking for these questions.
Yeah.
Did you know it was turnip?
I had to look that way. Oh, there's the answer.
There's the answer. I was sitting with a Japanese guy, and his English is excellent, but he was like, I'm going to this location, and I want to get this at this location, but I can't get this. I want to go to this person for this, but I can't get it out of them. And I said, well, dude, you can't get blood from a turnip. And of course, he looks at me like, what? And I forget that there are these phrases, right? Like, I was like, blood from a stone? Like, are you familiar with it? He's like, no.
What's the Thai version of that, Mike's? I mean...
What, blood from a turnip or blood from a stone?
Yeah, blood. Yeah. What would be the Thai?
I don't know, Kitty. Like, what would they?
Yeah, I don't think Kitty knows what we're talking about right now. But if she does, kudos to you, because I'm going to ask one last question, which we're debating on not putting on. It's not the last question.
Okay, the next one. Okay,
this is the debate question.
All right.
And so be ready, you guys. Punch this in. I know Christy's listening right now. Soy Mafia, you guys get ready. Here we go. What is the name of Harry Potter's school?
Oh, the school that he went to. Okay. All right. Fair enough. And
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's my answers?
And I know how this is Halloween-y. I know why you said this. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. And the answer gets this. Come on.
We're going to put those right on your... They're going to be like nipple stickers. That'd be pretty good. Water from a rock is coming. Water from a rock. Okay.
Wait, are we accepting this answer or are we accepting the full answer?
Given, I mean, again, it's close, but given the time of year...
I like this better. I do like this one better, but...
yeah.
School of Hard Knocks. But that's usually for women here and who are knocked up. Anyways,
is that where it originates from? I'm from
Christy,
the school
wrong
of hard,
school.
From the hard knock-ups.
Hard knocks, yeah, that's for parents.
The hard. Well, actually, that's what we would do with the stickers, Lex. Yeah. Actually, that's what I want you to do. First time you use those stickers in Bangkok is going to be with your best, friend, your ladyboy friend there, and we're going to give her those stickers. In fact, I'm gonna take a video of you going like this to her with those stickers. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. All right, so here's the answer that we were looking for. Yes, it's Hogwarts. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Here we go, baby. In 3, 2, skadoosh.
You guys like that? We're getting better at this, man.
We are getting, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, skadoosh. Yeah. Oh, you've got, it's your place this time, right? You're not at your buddy's house, so you can't like smack him around?
So I'm at my place right now, so you can see this nice white glow on my face. It's coming from
quite the
monitors.
Glow.
It's quite the glow, guys. I am not embarrassed about coming to Thailand. I'm actually super excited, and I'm going to be there. Yes, in a week and a half. So, okay, so we talked about money, holiday. We didn't talk tons about what's it cost to live there. But the whole point was, I think it's not so far off from what it takes to holiday there. I mean,
I would say I would agree with that because again, you're going to have different expenses, but at the end of the day, you need the same. You need the sort of the same bucket. At the bottom line, guys, is that I don't know what I mean. Obviously, years ago, it was like, oh, if you have $1,000, you can live here like a king, which is such BS. But is that true, Chris? I was wondering about that, and whether it's like the not officially on the script.
Dude, we Googled it.
Yeah, we Googled it. Cock ring?
My ring light. I should get one. That'd be kind of cool.
You don't have one of those? Oh, no, dude. Cool Kids 101. 101, brah. Oh, my God. I need to... Wait, what? I need to walk up to the Jomtien Tower. What is the Jomtien Tower? Is there a Jomtien Tower? Do you mean the tallest building that's there? Because I actually inquired about putting an antenna. No, not at all. I'm afraid of boring lows. But yeah, $3,000, guys. If you have a bucket of $3,000, then the bottom line is that you're not going to be distracted by money. You're not going to be distracted by the cost of things. You're not going to be distracted by doing anything.
Okay, bucket of $3,000 for a holiday for 2 weeks, or $3,000. I mean, I think $2,500 for a month living there is easy.
Yeah, it is, but you didn't have any pop-ups. You didn't need to end up in the hospital and just get taken care of, which again, it would only be like a couple thousand baht. But I'm telling you, and unless you get really lucky, because I've had months that go by, nothing happens, absolutely nothing happens. And then, 1 month goes by and Gracie's like, oh, by the way, there's 12 feet of water in our house. We need to buy 2 new mattresses and a refrigerator. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's life, dude. That's the thing, right? So
have you had that happen in Bangkok during the rainy season? Where did your apartment flood, or is it? I mean, I know the drainage systems in Bangkok are great. I mean, that's what I hear.
They're great, but you also got to remember that the amount of the volume of rain they get is great +1 sometimes. So the thing is, we're on the 10th floor, so our condo didn't flood. But I've walked through a foot of water to get across the street to get into our parking lot. And we have a parking. So a lot of places in Thailand, right? You drive in and then the first 3 or 4 floors are parking. So in our building, that's the case. In the other building, we have this park with grass and trees and everything. And the parking lot for that is underneath. And that totally flooded and it had 2 or 3 feet of water in it. And then about 3.5 hours later, it didn't. So that happened.
Where were you? You were in Bangkok at the time then.
So I'm in. Yeah. So that was about. Let's see. That was before Gracie left. So at the beginning of October, we had some intense rains.
Wow.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks ago. Wow. I know last year it was an issue, and I saw a lot of YouTubers showing their flooded condos.
Sure.
You could go back. No, I'm talking the garages. I want to say it was Lucas from Ride for Kicks. His whole garage and his bike flooded. Everything flooded. And I believe
Patyaya's got more of a drainage problem than Bangkok for sure. Now they did a little bit better work, obviously, and they finished up the beach, so the drainage there is pretty good, and the sand doesn't completely wash away. But it's one of those deals where the water stays stagnant longer than you would like, and it can be a little bit distracting. But so what's this?
I like that the rain's kind of going away. Anyways, Patrick was, because we were talking about how much money, and you mentioned 3,000 in the bucket, which I agree. You need to have money for incidentals, and Patrick agrees too. You don't want to give people the wrong impressions or
No.
expectations. $1,000, man. I mean, I'm sure you could do it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you living at for $1,000? I mean, where are you living for $1,000 in Thailand?
Here's the deal. I mean, Gracie and I live, we have this 50 square meter condo, so it's only a 1-bedroom, but it's got like 2 air conditioners. And so, if I go crazy with it, maybe each month the electric bill's like 2,500 baht, something like that. We pay 12,000 baht a month for the condo. And we live in a very nice area, probably arguably middle-class Thai, right? And Gracie and I looked at a place like literally down the street, 2, maybe 3 blocks. And it was more of an apartment, right? Thais only lived there. And, but the room was completely empty. And I don't believe it had a hot water heater. And it was 2,000 baht a month. So you could live on the same street I lived.
That's where Kitty lived.
And
she's where Kitty lived?
Near where she is. Yeah. She was over on 101. I'm at 101/1. But interesting, and so where Kitty lived, like right down the street from there are 50 square meter condos that are 18,000 baht a month. So I mean, you can
3,000.
Yeah, and you can absolutely survive on that. Okay, but Robbie likes business class, and I live with my windows wide open and my air conditioning on all day long. And I was walking around a couple times yesterday, and then I went out to meet some guys around 5:36. And I'm like, okay, I've been walking around. Every time I've been out in the last couple of days, it's been really humid here. So I just left my air conditioning on the whole time I was gone, because when I got back, I wanted it to be cool inside. Okay. And but behaviors like that don't distract me. But if you're on a budget of 30, well, right now you'd have a little bit more. Right now it would be 38,000 baht for that. But I really appreciate what you said, Patrick. I mean, again, it's, I'm not a big fan of, the whole clickbait YouTube title channel thingies. And it's not just because of YouTube. I was soured on that kind of behavior long before YouTube even existed, back when I was in radio, and they'd be like, oh my God, you got to stay through to the break because something really big is coming up. And then the really big.
I've tried on my channel. It's just not really exciting.
It's just, well, I mean, again, for me, I know, it's a total eye roller, because I know and at the end of the day, I believe that all you're doing is you're preying on the lack of logic and intelligence, not necessarily education. You can be very well educated and still be a bozo. But
I follow a lot of bozo channels, and I still do, unfortunately. I mean, I like YouTube, guys. I'm on it often. So
I am totally guilty of like putting up, well, not really as much anymore, but certainly, of like, I'll say this: I'm guilty of clicking on a thumbnail that I know is total BS. It's absolute, absolutely. Thailand is on fire, right? And it's like there's this guy who's got like a fire in his backyard, it's like, so I get it, clickbait nonsense, but I mean,
I should put Thailand is on fire on mine and see how many hits I get.
No, look here, dude. The bell curve of IQ is the middle. The average is 100. There's a reason for that, because that's where the most of the people are. You get a couple standard deviations away, and then you basically end up like me, and you have no friends.
I think you're actually super intelligent, because you know where you live.
Yeah,
you live where you're treated best, right there.
Do you see his most recent video? He's stepping down. No. Did you see Andrew? Where you're treated best? From
I didn't see it.
Nomad Capitalist. He's stepping down. Actually, and the main reason is because of all of the crap that he gets on YouTube. And I sent him a message. I said, bro, I can totally relate. That's why I stopped doing YouTube videos, because you get popular and then the trolls show up and they start making up complete nonsense. And I don't have any tolerance for that. And I had to spend more than 5 minutes dealing with those people, because I have a very laser focused way of dealing with those people. And it involves ruining their lives.
So, you asked earlier about questions I was asked. So I was asked a question. It's like, hey, when I move there, what are you going to do? I get asked that. I don't know if you get asked that very often. What the hell are you going to do? Things to do. And of course, I made this little thing up top here. Things to do in Thailand, which I do a lot of that stuff on my videos and I show people. but that's in Pattyaya, Jomtien. Now, Mike's, you live in Bangkok. So what would, if let's say I lived in Bangkok and I wasn't part of the spot and we weren't buddies? I'm glad I'm your buddy, but what
Me
are
too,
some of
man.
the things you would tell me? What are some of the things you would tell me to do?
As a tourist?
Yeah. Instead of, yeah.
So, not to, this isn't a planned answer, guys, that he and I worked on, but seriously, I would follow a lot of what Robbie is going to do on his tour. Because here's the thing. Well, especially since there's not a ton of Chinese that are vacationing here now. Absolutely go to the Grand Palace. Absolutely go to the Grand Palace. Go to the reclining Buddha. If there has never been a time in your life when you could use the phrase, the pictures don't do it justice, I would submit
go now.
It is the reclining Buddha. The feet on that statue are gargantuan, and you cannot bigger, I think. In fact, did you see the gloves that thing was wearing? I think that the experience there, and ideally the less people that are around you when you go to experience it, is really neat. One tip I will say, and hopefully you remember to tell the guys this, is bring a handful of basically satang, basically penny, effectively Thai pennies. Because there's going to be a series of bowls in a row. And the ceremony is
that's right.
You put a coin. You can bring one baht if you want, but basically bring 100 of them, because there's going to be, and you're going to think, okay, this is silly, like I'm putting coins in, but, and you do it, and then you kind of like go, at least in my experience, it's very warming. It's very comforting. It's very safe. And whether it's spiritual or whatever religious, for me, it's not religious. It was more of a spiritual engagement as well as sort of like getting involved.
Spiritual, man.
I think so. I mean, again, it's what, it's how I label it. So there's that. I would recommend you go to the most expensive mall in the world. No, I'm joking. It's not. That's insane.
Okay. What mall is that? Tell
Icon
us.
Siam, I think, would arguably be the most expensive overall.
Hey guys, there's the feet Mike's was talking about right there.
Thank you. No, and here's the thing, is that like
huge.
You sit there and you're like, okay, it's feet. But if you guys, one of the more wonderful things, I mean, I know you're going to hurt your neck, right? But like, if you get into the detail that is in there, and then you're like, and then you see the gold and you're like, wow, this paint must have cost a lot of money. Yeah, it's real gold, dude. It's not Krylon. This is not, and so stuff like that just really, that was very great experience. Additionally, again, the journey versus the destination. Get on the Chao Phraya. Somehow have a destination.
Chao Phraya?
That's the main river that goes through Thailand all the way.
I've never done it, man.
Oh, how did you get to the? Oh, you took a taxi, or you took a Bolt, because that's what you like, right? Or maybe MRT.
I did the old school bus, and I've done the tuk-tuks. I've done all the street transportation
to the Grand Palace. That's how you guys got to the Grand Palace.
Oh, we took the bus and a tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk, yeah. So you can take the neat thing is to go. So again, BTS, MRT, right? So you can take BTS all the way to basically right before it gets across the river, and then you can take a boat up the river, and then you get off, and then you walk to the Grand Palace, and that's a really neat sort of experience. Stuff like that. Additionally, have no plans. Wake up one morning with a bag full of 10 baht.
Plans.
Right, and then, like you said, go down the street and just catch the next bus.
And no plans, guys. Really, man.
And when they ask you where you want to go, just say, I don't know, because what they're going to do is they're just going to simply charge you the highest fare, which is going to be like 11 baht for that bus. Okay, it's free. And just go, and then like look around and get off somewhere. Potentially use Google Maps just so you don't get lost on the way home. But, do stuff like that. And, and
you mentioned this river, Chao Phraya River.
Mm-hmm, Chao Phraya,
right here.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is, guys.
And so on the left there, I believe that is
that's the palace.
No, it's not. Oh, crap. What the hell's the name of it? The palace is actually on the right-hand side in the distance there, basically right below our logo on the right. Asia Teak is a really neat thing to do too. Oh my God, I can't for the life of me think of the name of it. Wat Arun. That's a really famous one.
Arun.
Yeah, and what's cool is, so if you take the ferry up the One of the ferries. There's many. I mean, you can actually rent a private, longtail boat and have them cruise you up. It's like 700 baht. Again, free basically for a vacation.
Yeah.
But if you get on the ferry, it's like 80. But they're going to go to Wat Arun, which is on the left side there, and then they're going to go up the river a little bit more, and then they're going to go on the right, and then they're going to drop you off basically at the Grand Palace and the reclining Buddha. So those are sort of
yeah. No, and I think the question was, what am I going to do on a daily basis? I mean, what are your normal things to do? I mean, once you're there, non-holiday.
Yeah, right? Living here.
I already know what I'm doing there in Bangkok. I'm going to work with, again, the spot stuff, work with you, some stuff like that. But when I'm there, living there on a normal basis, I get asked, well, what are you planning on doing? Are you going to work? And I'm like, not really. I mean, I love to work, but that's not.
Well, we certainly are going to love the work we're doing, right? So there's that.
Right. That's not my focus. I mean, but what are things you do? You get up and then you do.
I explore. I absolutely. And I've been coming back and forth here for 7 years, and I've been living here solidly basically for 3 years. And there's last night. That's the other thing too. Unless you have like a physical impairment and you can't do this, walk. Last night I met some buddies over to Sok, and I absolutely could have gotten on BTS, got him back to Sok, cruised back down to Punawiti, and I just started walking. Walk at different times of day, walk at different times of the night. The complexion of Sukhumvit Road changes significantly after the lights go out.
Absolutely.
After the sun goes down.
That picture was dusk, right? That picture I showed you guys a moment ago was pretty much, I'm going to pull it up one more time, and it's starting to get dark. So the lights are all coming on and everything. So it is beautiful. You guys, I freaking love Bangkok without a doubt.
The people too. If you ever said to yourself,
city. My gosh, I love it.
It's giant, but I mean the people. I mean the whole people watching thing that you guys can engage in. It's incredibly entertaining. And here's the other thing too.
People. I just judge everyone.
Exactly. I judge the crap out of them. The only people I would say you need to be potentially nervous about, and this is going to be in a super dense tourist area on Sukhumvit or whatever, are going to, and I know this is a broad brush, but at the end of the day, this has been my experience, is the Indians. They're going to lead the conversation with, "Hey, boss." So that's a tip.
I don't want a suit.
No,
I do not want a suit.
Yeah, no. So it's the suit guys. But here's the sort of the recent scam, which is, "Hey, boss," sort of thing, right? So then they sort of determine whether you're fluent in English, which of course they basically interpret as your level of wealth. And they're going to try and con you out of money. They're going to give you some sob story kind of thing, whatever. I mean, look, if you see a disabled Thai person on the side of the road moving a can, give them as much friggin' money as you can possibly depart with. Because at the end of the day, maybe it's not all going in their pocket. Maybe it's going to some mafia bullshit. But you don't have to sit on the road to make a living, okay? So, do whatever you feel is appropriate there. But there are people over here that absolutely have absolutely nothing. And you have something. You have a significant amount of something. So there's that. But don't be freaked out when basically a prostitute comes up to you and literally looks you in the eye and starts having a regular conversation with you. I would say that 99.999% of the time, they're not going to try and scam you. They're going to try and steal your wallet. They're not going to have some guy behind you that they're going to push you over so that there's the thing. That's not going to happen. But I would say stay away from basically the con artists.
Hey, Mike, so let's get to this question right here. I don't know if you see it on the board. Have you ever considered living in Phuket? I mean, I know the answer, but let's
so I absolutely have, and I especially did during COVID, because right now and before COVID, I never would have rented a motorbike and driven around Phuket regularly on the main street, especially now since it caved. But here's the thing with Phuket compared to Bangkok, is that you're pretty much going to at least need a motorbike. And depending upon if you're going to live there, what time of year, you need a car. And I did not want to live somewhere where I needed a car to okay, unless you're the kind of person that finds your place on the beach, and every morning you just get up and you walk out and you walk on the beach, you walk down 100 meters to the 7-Eleven for whatever, and then you walk the other direction and you go to your market and then you cruise home. If your sort of world is that size, then you could you could totally do that in Phuket in a number of areas and be very happy. But I like to be mobile, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, I would
think
say
Phuket's a temporary. I mean, because it is a little piece of paradise.
Totally. No, I went to how many did I go to? I think I went to 26 different beaches.
Yeah, but getting around in there, I think that would be difficult. And I think that's why I like Bangkok, guys. And I really didn't care about in the beginning until my last trip or the trip before.
No, the transportation here is amazing.
So, I mean, so here we go. Let's take a look at a couple more questions here. I have,
go ahead.
Wow. From Christy. Yeah,
she probably just looked down.
Pictures I was showing. She looked at the pictures. All right, Ryan. Ryan's Adventures. Let's go.
Yes.
Long Tail Riverboat Cruise. So
totally agree.
I haven't done it, and Kitty is already prepared for me. Kind of this riverboat cruise we're going to take that has a buffet.
Oh, yeah,
prepared meaning she's already researched it and all that stuff. She says I have to do it. I've never done it, and she loves to eat.
It's fun.
So there you go. Take the red number 8 bus for the most exciting ride of your life. All right, I need to know because I love exciting rides, and I'm not talking. Yeah. So.
Why is he saying
Chris,
that?
Right? Is that Chris? No.
Yeah, it's Chris. Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, it's Chris.
Oh, Chris.
It's Chris.
Yeah. Hey. I want to know why you're saying that and which ride are you referring to? Let's talk about that.
So again, it does depend on the driver.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know why.
Joe is workout for 2 hours per day work. Let's see what we got. Patrick, here we go. Patrick, man, you got some questions for us and stuff. And yeah, I agree. I like to do as many regular things as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about jogging on the beach, but definitely getting up and moving. Like Mike said, 10,000 steps minimum. I actually lose a pound every time I go. I know. What have you been doing, man? With how much I eat in Thailand, I'm surprised I'm not 380. And I do 10,000 steps at least every time I go out.
I've been going crazy the last few days.
10,000 steps.
10,000 steps. Yeah. I will say that. So anyway, I want to talk about the red 8 bus, but you haven't been here yet, so I know what he means by that. But you need to. Yeah. So yesterday, what did I do yesterday?
What's an LR visa?
Long-term retirement visa. It's friggin' rip-off. It's totally expensive, but you can bring 4 dependents over. That's pretty awesome. But
I'll talk about it because he's asking about it. So. Can you elaborate a little bit? I mean, what's a long-term visa? Is it 5 years? Is it like me looking at the O visa?
It can be 10.
Wow.
And it allows for dude, don't forget, it's a kingdom. He with the most money wins. So I mean,
they're not just getting an elite visa.
That's kind of my point. So
So I'm not doing the elite visa. I have a hard time spending that kind of money.
Yeah. It's kind of like saying I really want a Rolls Royce. 600,000
baht for 5 years.
For 5 years, yeah, and you get very limited elite privileges, which is fine. You probably wouldn't use them anyway, but yeah, I mean, and again, that's like saying, Joe, imagine people saying, "Oh, I want to go live in the U.S. and it's going to cost me $26,000 for a visa." I mean, that's ridiculous. A 10-year U.S. visa is $300. Yeah, you have to have some qualifications and that sort of thing. But I mean, it's just amazing over here.
But the
people like Thailand
visa,
so much.
The Thai elite visa doesn't require much of anything. I was shocked. I mean, it doesn't require.
No, it's cash.
Yeah, it's cash and your passport picture.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be a felon. You have to have insurance.
No.
Don't forget. That's why they take a while to. Yeah. So, I mean, you're buying, your visa. That's the long-term So, you can work on it. You get a digital work permit, just like I have. And depending now, here's the thing. If you are like, oh, I'm going to go over to Thailand and I'm going to work, that would be the last visa I would get. I would get a smart visa all day long, or I would somehow try and form a company that does something significant over here.
That's what we're going to be doing. Come on.
Which is what we're going to be doing. Yeah. I believe that the best solution for us is because we both want to work with technology, is is to get our company certified through the BOI, which is the Board of Investment, which could allow both of us to get 2-year business visas with a 2-year work permit. And for the first 5 years with the BOI company, you don't need to pay taxes. So that's awesome.
Beautiful. I love not paying taxes, guys. As a
we
business
also
owner.
don't. No, totally. And then we don't have to
human.
hire 4 Thai people. I don't mind paying taxes. I can tell you right now, every time my parents dial 911, less than 5 minutes, there's someone in the driveway with amazing facilities and skill set. I'll pay taxes all day long for that.
Here we go. That is a great segue into 911. One of the biggest fears I've come across is there isn't any emergency services that I know of.
No, there's 199. And then what they do is they give you the number. You're like, oh my God, I broke my leg. Okay, well, here's the number to the hospital. So
what about, there's a lot of old people there. Americans anyways. So what about you have a heart attack? I'm in my condo. What the heck?
No, you'll likely die.
Likely die. Thanks.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Is that's the other thing too. If you're like, oh, I want to live in a remote island. Okay, well, unless you've got life flight on your wristband. Here's I'll tell you right here's okay. So
let's talk about it. Yeah.
You know the Ekamai BTS stop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get off on Ekamai and there's a coffee shop down there. And then literally basically that walking distance from the BTS is a coffee shop on the corner. The same walking distance in the other direction is Sukhumvit Hospital. Great hospital, world class, And so this guy falls down on the wet rocks in front of this coffee shop. So he's on the ground. He can't get up. And I'm standing there on the walkway of BTS. I can look to my right and I can see the hospital. I can look to my left and I can see this poor guy on the ground. And I can hear the ambulance trying to get down the road on Sukhumvit to make a U-turn to pick this guy up, to then take him back to the hospital. 20 minutes. And if you have a heart attack, 20 minutes, you might as well just be like, okay, here's my money. Start digging a hole.
Do they have an emergency response or they do not? I've seen ambulances there.
Oh, yeah. No. Each of the individual hospitals has an ambulance. There's also ambulance services that you can, totally get. And, but, it does. One of the things that Gracie commented about regularly when we were back in the U.S. is we'd be driving along in the car and a siren would come from, and she would look around and not see it. And I'd be like, she's like, why are you pulling over to the side of the road? Everybody pulls up. You know what the U.S. is like. It's like the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen here. It's happening a little bit better than it used to, say 5-10 years ago. But there are guys that are sitting there in traffic and they're looking in their rearview mirror with this ambulance behind them going, oh, God, I wish that guy would shut up. So that's, even if there was 911 and they were dispatching emergency, just physically getting down Sukhumvit, that's very difficult. So you need to have a plan for stuff like that. If you're prone to, whatever. There are great facilities in Thailand for medical care. But the ability to get to them is sometimes hindered. And so just be aware of that. That's the reality.
So emergency services, you just, as far as you're concerned, hey, come when you're healthy. I don't know.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I also have an insurance. The other thing too is that know the names of the world-class hospitals, because if you fall down, for example, I got in a motorbike accident, completely blacked out. Don't know how I got to the hospital, but I basically came to, and I was in Pattyaya City Hospital on Soy Bukaw. And I got there because this motorbike driver came by and he threw me and my friend on the back of his motorbike. So 3 people on a motorbike, and that's what got us to the ER. Okay. So, but know the names of the really good hospitals. And I told Gracie, I said, look, all you got to do is make sure that this insurance card is in your pocket. Anything happens to you, emergency services are called. Hold your arm up with the insurance card and say, Boomengrad. That's it. That's all you got to say. Because it'll be covered 100%, no deductible. Just go to the hospital and say, fix me. And they won't care what the cost is.
And this is with your insurance? Is this with Geo Blue?
No, it's Pacific Cross. Geo Blue was what I used when I was traveling, but moving over here and living over here permanently, I use Pacific Cross.
Okay. And that's a totally different insurance.
Well, I mean, in other words, the coverage is similar. The cost is significantly more because, of course, I'm here permanently. It's insurance through a Thai company, but again, it's not just Thai insurance. In other words, you can absolutely come over here and just get insurance that will cover you in Thailand. I have insurance that covers me all over the world, not the least of which is the United States, but also Canada, Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong. You know, the Western cost of insurance covers me in all those places too.
Oh, you're paying the Western cost though.
Well, I mean, it's $1,600 a year for
that's great price, man.
For 5 million baht in coverage, no deductible, and it allows me. Well, the other thing too is that that's the other thing to being healthy. I haven't had any claims, and every year the claim goes down 10% if I don't. Sorry, the not the rider. What's it called? Premium.
No, I know.
The premium goes down 10%. Now, to be fair, there's also a cost of living increase, and unfortunately, because of inflation, this last year it went up. It went up 7%. Yeah, but it went down 10%. So that's okay. So anyway, yeah. It's, you just got to prepare for it, guys. But here's and that's one of the things my parents, oh my God, we'd love to come over there. Look, Bangkok's a little rough. Okay. So you're walking down a very clean street and all of a sudden one of the tiles will fall sideways and you can break your ankle.
Yeah, but this is a great tip that you're talking about insurance and about medical. If there isn't any emergency medical care, man, that's kind of spooky. That could be scary.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose, but I can also say that there's some places in the U.S. where I've lived where, you're far away from, Hawaii, for God's sake. You're on the north end of
Patrick's. This is what Patrick says.
So I know that it's sort of tongue in cheek, but I don't disagree. I mean, because
I got Kitty. She's going to be my person.
Yeah, because they don't grow up learning 911. Okay, so her default setting would be to call probably the closest resource to get you to a hospital, right? So the closest best hospital for you where you're living in Jomtien is probably Bangkok Hospital, Pattyaya. Maybe. But certainly a good one. And nuclear gynecologist on staff. Yeah, they do. They actually do.
Some nuclear gynecologists. I love it. All right. Here's back to Patrick. Driving in Karat and an ambulance was approaching. Really surprised. Yeah, people don't move sometimes. It's something like that. Sometimes here in the U.S., they still do that, unfortunately.
Okay, so I didn't experience that when I was home for about 3 months. It was pretty awesome actually seeing it regularly. But I know California's full of fucking crazy people anyway. Massachusetts is a lot more.
There's lots of crazy. There's lots of crazy here.
Yeah,
you can find them all on Tinder if you want to if you want to look for them.
Swipe right. The interesting thing, that was another comment that I got from a guy who reached out to me, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been doing this over here for a while, and I'm going to retire, and I'm going to move over to." And without fail, usually, at least there'll be one sentence from someone who reaches out to me that is, the U.S. has gone crazy. You're so great. You're so glad you're not here. Oh my God, it was bad before COVID, but now it's even worse because everyone's split.
Yeah, definitely. And that leads me to our tips of living in Thailand. So,
excellent.
Yeah, that's right. So my tip is: do not follow the media. Take yourself. Do this with your phone and flip it upside down, or leave it at your condo. Do not take it with you. This to me is a great tip. And the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of times I have found when I was visiting over there, I just want to look. What's going on Facebook? What's going on there? And I'm not as engaged and I miss stuff.
That's fair.
And when I put that cell phone away and I'm hanging out with you or with Kitty and it's put away, I'm more engaged and I don't miss the little things. Because in Thailand, it's so similar to the U.S. There's so much Western and Thai culture, and you miss those small pieces of Thai culture when you have your phone on. That's just my tip, guys.
In Bangkok.
Especially in Bangkok. Yeah, maybe I'm talking more about Bangkok, especially in Bangkok.
The tourist areas, because again, Jomtien for sure, Pattyaya, people are pretty westernized, certainly.
Yeah, but you miss the little things that when I'm here, I'm living on a cell phone. When I'm over there, I don't really want to touch it unless I have to, or if I'm doing YouTube videos, it's totally different. That's one of the reasons why I YouTube is it makes me focus in on the stuff I would miss otherwise. It's one of my reasons of doing YouTube.
It's funny. That's actually one of the reasons I don't do YouTube as much anymore. Making videos, I mean, because if I'm at a beach and I'm just there and I'm not thinking about making a video effectively, I am there. And in fact, last night I was doing the same thing. I was walking down the street and I was like this and this and this. I don't know if this happened to you. When I was a kid, and I used to ride my bike everywhere, I knew where the cracks were in the street. I knew the bump in that sidewalk between here and here and all this stuff. And then, of course, I grew up and I became a big boy and I got my car, right? So I stopped driving my bike. And it wasn't for several years, and I realized, God, I don't like see these things anymore. I don't experience those things anymore. So that's your other reason I really like walking.
Well, I think we're ready for another couple Halloween questions. If anybody wants to answer anything, what do you got for us?
Okay,
I think we're ready. We're all at time.
I know.
Man.
So Dracula, right? Everyone knows, Dracula. But here's one for you. What was the name of Dracula's sidekick? He had a sidekick, like Watson, basically. Do you remember this? Yeah. So Dracula had a sidekick. And again, guys, without Googling, I mean, what's the point? We're not looking for you to find the answer. I'm just very curious if any of you guys know. I'm also very curious why you didn't want to go to Pattyaya City Hospital, because I can tell you right now, it's almost twice the size it was when I was there. And my care there was quite good. And it was $16.
How does Dracula have a sidekick? I've never heard this. Is this on our answer sheet?
Yes.
I'm like trying to make up Igor or something in my mind.
Page 3, dude. Go to page 3. Yeah. I was really interested.
I'm with Chris here.
You with Chris? I did not know this one either, guys.
No freaking clue, man. No freaking clue. So maybe it was his wife.
Did you know this, Stuck? Did you truly know this?
Igor?
And if so, how? Were you watching movies? Renfield, not Igor. Igor, I believe, was the sidekick of Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, potentially. I'm not totally sure on that one. But yep, Renfield.
Well, who wrote the novel? Who wrote the book, the classic novel Dracula? Let's see if these guys know it.
Yeah, that's a great question. I remembered this when I saw the name, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, who wrote the classic novel Dracula? Right. A lot of you guys I bet guys will know that.
Yeah, they should know it. Didn't they do a movie out of that too? They did a movie out of it too.
Yeah, it was called movie. Right, exactly.
What was the best Dracula movie you've seen, Mike? Because mine is Interview with a Vampire. Because that.
I'm a bad guy to ask questions about any movie, because I literally can watch a movie and then on the way out you could catch me leaving the movie theater and be like, "Oh, what movie did you just see?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. It was just entertaining."
Yeah. Well, Patrick got part of the name right, sort of.
He combined the two.
Really. Yeah, he kind of screwed the pooch on that one, guys. There's a hint for you right there.
First name, last name together. He comboed.
He has the right idea.
He's getting there. Just split it up, baby. Split it up.
So I know there's movie theaters all over Thailand. Do they show these type of holiday movies? And I mean,
yeah, they do.
Is it
actually
considered a holiday? Is it celebrated?
It's absolutely celebrated. I can tell you that the little image you have there. There you go. Look at Stuck is just knocking it out of the park. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That was the name of the movie too. Last night, where was I? Prom Pong, right? So basically, where you and I had breakfast that time, right above there.
I love that place. Breakfast Story or something.
Breakfast Story, great place. There's like 4 of them. I love those places. I almost went there for dinner last night. There was a line of people waiting to look at costumes. They had them, in the plastic, like the cheap ones you buy. There's also, how like in the US, like around this time, there'll be an empty store and someone will rent it for a month and all they'll do is sell Halloween. Yeah. So they're starting to do that here because it's great timing, right? It's right after COVID. All these places are empty. So people, like I occupied this one place and they had like inflatable jack-o'-lanterns and that sort of thing. But some of them had really quite vivid, like, sawed off arms that were like hanging onto the, how they have the awnings on the sidewalk in Thailand.
Yeah.
My head always hits. No, there's like this arm. Yeah, that was near a soak. called Indulge, if you know that thing that's right there on the corner.
Yeah. So no haunted houses in Bangkok or anything? Because haunted houses is a big thing for me. I love them, man. Love them.
It might still be going on when you're still here, but yes, there's absolutely a haunted house. And I believe it was at, I want to say the Bangkok Marriott, but I couldn't remember where they did it. But yeah, they had a haunted house. I think they called it that actually, but they had like flyers in the front, and there was like the table out front with like girls, like they were basically bringing you into a restaurant sort of thing. But yeah, it was, they're definitely doing that. I don't know the whole trick or treating thing. I don't know if that's going to be a thing here.
Well, you did have a question on here. It says, how many calories are in a typical trick or treat treater's stash bag?
Yeah.
So guys, if you could just throw a guess in the comments before you look it up real quick. Have a guess, because I was way off when I thought about my guess, and when I saw the answer, I'm like, okay, how many calories, guys, in the trick or treater's bag?
That was an interesting one. I saw that.
Well, I was thinking like 30,000 calories or something like that.
Oh, because it's like 700 Snickers bars or something.
It's all Snickers bars. Yeah. It's all Snickers bars, man.
So
what does Thailand do for trick or treat? Do they give out candy, or are there trick or treaters?
So I believe I saw trick or treaters, but it was during the day. I don't believe I saw any at night. I think the kids went out like during the day. But
the bars, they dress up. I mean, I saw that on a YouTube video last year, and they're bar girls, whatever, dressing up, and they dress up anyways. Mm-hmm. But I did see that on a YouTuber's channel, a bunch of people dressing up and stuff.
I went to a rock show the other night. And like alt indie rock, there were 3 bands, and the second band, they all came out and they were dressed up. You know how those like people dress up as like animals? Yeah. No, so they had like the full buff, the full fuzzy suit and stuff with like the hoods and the ears and everything.
Unicorn, baby, come on.
Unicorns and rainbows, yeah. And so that was sort of interesting. That was like kind of neat. They're getting into it.
Last year, guys, I dressed up as a unicorn for a moment.
Did you have
I did.
Did you get any takers?
Christy.
Did you?
You know what? Christy brought over this unicorn outfit, and I put it on.
Really?
So I love Halloween. Love it.
So you had the thing coming out? Now, did Christy come up to you and say, "Oh my God, I could really go for a piggyback ride right now"?
No, I think she put on the unicorn, and then I put on my pimpin' outfit. And if I can dig up the picture real quick, I would love to show you guys, because you guys.
Your pimpin' outfit? Did it involve that shirt you're wearing? Dirk Diggler?
It did. A shirt that fit me, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. So here's one for you from Patrick. Let me see.
Patrick, let's hear it. I'll guess.
I don't think I know that. None of you guys guessed the number of calories in a typical bag.
That's 11,000.
11,000, yeah.
Yeah, I guess like 30,000, guys. So I was way effing off.
I'm trying to think. I did have that answer in our list, so I won't say it. But yeah, who wrote Frankenstein? That's actually a really good question, Patrick.
Who wrote Frankenstein?
Then he answers it.
Is it a woman?
Sorry. Stuck. Yeah. Yeah, Stuck answered it right away. I apologize, I missed that. Stuck, you really know this stuff, dude. You're pretty awesome.
Was it a woman that wrote it, though?
Yeah, Mary Shelley.
Okay. Okay. Well, what's the other question, guys? I'll answer stuff.
No. He was that. That's really kind of cool. That's really good. Oh wait, what does Lex say? They celebrate the Day of the Dead before Halloween in Thailand, or a version of it. So my experience is that they don't celebrate it in the way that Mexico does, as far as the Day of the Dead, which I believe in Mexico is the next day. I believe. I'm not sure. You're right, though. It might be October.
Or?
I believe Dawn of the. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the name of it in Spanish, but I can't remember anyway. What's no Spanish or Catholic influence in Thailand, so no Day of the Dead. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, they're very obviously. It's I think,
but they're very Western. I mean, Thailand's become very, very westernized. I mean,
they don't celebrate it from any religious sort of perspective. This is fully capitalistic.
But they like to party. Yeah, totally capitalistic.
It's like someone asked me the other day, said, "Well, they celebrate Christmas in Thailand?" I'm like, "Absolutely, yeah." Louis Vuitton purse is absolutely on sale.
Dude, speaking of that, aren't they already decorating everywhere for Christmas? I mean, isn't that happening right now? So this isn't like the Philippines.
No, it's the Philippines is ridiculous. Yeah, they started actually in September. So Thailand doesn't really decorate for Christmas just yet. If anything, the only decorations I've seen have absolutely been Halloween. Especially where I'm at here. I mean, you got to remember, where I live, actually, they're not really decorating a whole lot. But the closer you get to the tourist areas, the closer you get to, the German and the French and obviously the Western English influence.
Yeah.
They're absolutely do it. But
so do we have any more Halloween questions for these guys?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's that? What do we got?
Okay. So here you go, Patrick, since you asked about Frankenstein. What's the first name of Dr. Frankenstein? Dr. Frankenstein. What was his first name?
I'm having to think of this.
That's what it is. Yeah. Dia de los Muertos. I remember that. Yeah. Thank you very much. And I knew it was like simple. So, but yeah, Frankenstein's first name, Dr. Frank. And the answer is not doctor. What's Dr. Frankenstein's first name?
That's something I would say.
Yeah.
You guys said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know the answer to that. I would think like Edward or something.
Okay. Edward Frankenstein? No.
Scissorhands. He wasn't Scissorhands like
Edward Scissorhands? That was an interesting. Man. I know. He's amazing. I was really sorry to hear that he went through all that crap lately. Oh, dude.
So what's the answer? Let's hear it, guys. None of these guys have it.
You don't know it? Victor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Absolutely. Wait, hold on. What was this? Mexico Day de Party, the best party I've ever wiped. Yeah, good for you, dude. Nice work. It's sad you have to go to the Philippines to see real Christmas decorations. No longer a tradition in the USA. It depends where you live, dude. I can tell you that in my hometown in New England, people get pretty damn serious about their decorations. They have like full. They
get serious if it's money. All about money.
Oh, California, sure. Yeah, they get those inflatable things from Home Depot. They're like the size of a
light shows. Everybody's just competing with one another. These big old giant mansions, like up the street from my house. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. Line of cars.
Yeah, there's always that neighborhood.
Yeah. Yep. My neighborhood was the Halloween neighborhood where the streets would literally shut down and pick cones up.
Cars up and down. People would sell hot chocolate for $6.
Yep. I was guilty of putting bounce houses in the front yard. Let's put it that way. I didn't charge for it, but people would come and have a good time.
Bouncy house. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I've always wanted to do that as an adult. But
yeah, they actually have those adult bouncy houses.
On Soy 6? Right, so, speaking of Soy 6.
No, they have them out here. Speaking of Soy 6. Hey, you know what we haven't done yet? We need to do a shout out to our show real quick. Where to find us, where to get us.
Oh, look at that. Let's do this. Absolutely.
Big mattress.
So, the Thailand Morning Show, guys. And you thought Saturday at 8 a.m. every week was good enough. Well, fear not. We're actually coming up with a whole lot more. And as a reminder, we're on bkk.fm. We are on the spot.fm. We are on Kiss FM Pattyaya. And we're absolutely on Live My Ass Off and
Walking on My Shoes Thailand. Be sure to check out the new videos. I just released one yesterday, and I'll have one in the next couple of days. And, we're going to see you guys pretty quick here.
Christmas in the Philippines, it's it's just so long. It's ridiculous. Several things I do not miss about the Philippines is Christmas carols for 4 months. Yeah, in all the malls. Yeah, I agree. No, as you guys heard,
a lot?
Not out. Yeah, no, they start playing Christmas music in the malls at like September. It's just whatever. They're into it. They're totally into it. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. You guys know that, again, here's what I would ask of you. If you liked what you heard here and you think that we are adding value, humbly, I hope we are. We spend some time trying to do so. We don't just flip on the mic. We're like, hey, what should we talk about today? What's relevant to these guys? I would really encourage you, if you like it, please tell one of your friends. Bring one of your friends. And also, if you would, please subscribe to The Spot, which is youtube.thespot.fm. Subscribe to Walking in My Shoes, Thailand. And definitely subscribe to Live My Ass Off. But if you disliked anything,
stickers for you guys.
He's going to be bringing those over. If you disliked it, please tell me. Yeah, let us know how we can improve. I don't want to just do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, the definition of insanity. But we do want to add value, right. And and we want to do it in different ways. We may not just do it every Saturday morning, right? Thank you, Kitty.
Next week, I'm going to be seeing you guys next week. Hopefully all you guys come back next week and bring a friend.
And I know this is going to sound like, oh my God, we're doing a show, budgeting, whatever. I think actually it would add a lot of value to show guys how you pack, because as worn out potentially as it is, I literally had this discussion. Yeah. Like, what's in my backpack? Like, how in the world do you travel to this other side of the world with no no check-in baggage? Just carry on only.
So
I still think
that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Next Saturday, I'll do that. Hopefully, I'll have my bags ready to rock and roll, and let's do it.
Next week, dude. You're like you're like 36 hours away from stepping on that plane tomorrow. Next week's show. Am I right?
That's right.
All right. Awesome.
So I'll pull out the backpacks, all that stuff. But I think we're about
Let's do one. 3, 2, 1, skadoosh. Here we go. I mean, come on. All right. With that, guys, it's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, you're doing it wrong. And
Robbie from Walking My Shoes, Thailand. Be sure to always live your best life, because if you're not living.
Talk to you soon, guys. Have an amazing weekend.